The spirit of firefighters and first responders never ceases to amaze me. At the beginning of this year, when we were having those wildfires in California, and Bone Spurs and MAGA and Republicans tried very hard to make people not care about the things that were happening there. The lives that were lost, the property that was damaged, the lives that were interrupted. Friends of mine lost their homes completely, watched it burn to the ground, memories inside. The first responders, it didn't matter what political ideology they followed, they were there. And they weren't just there from around the states to come over and help. Canada sent first responders to help. Africa sent their first responders overseas to help. And Mexico, a place that has been extremely demonized by the right, came over to help. They knew that Bone Spurs had won that election, and they knew what the rhetoric was. But Mexico didn't care about that. They cared about the lives of the people. And these countries came together and they helped the people. That's what it's all about. That's what it should be. It shouldn't be about, oh, this is a blue state. They don't follow our cultish ideologies, so we should just let them burn down. Those children in that state suffering that disaster, they don't matter. But we're going to force a brain unalived woman to carry a fetus. But the live and breathing children of those houses and homes that are burning down, they don't matter though, but for the children. But people said that those places came together because the state was blue, because the state voted in a way that was favorable to Mexico, to Canada. But then Texas had its flood. And as Bone Spurs is steady with his rhetoric of getting rid of FEMA, Hot Wheels, and his continuous denial of proper, adequate warning systems, I got a video on that coming out. Who comes to help them? Who crosses the border to pull those people out of the water? Mexico. To Mexico, their firefighter and first responder brothers and sisters needed their help. And to Mexico, borders did not matter. To Mexico, it didn't matter that that state and even that town voted against them, voted to hurt them, actively cheered on the destruction of their people, the lives and families broken up for just existing in a place you think they shouldn't. That didn't matter to Mexico. What mattered were the people in the water. What mattered were the lives they could save, even though Texas would never have done it for them. Now let's be clear. The president of Mexico did not take credit for sending people over to the disaster in Texas, but she didn't hinder it, and she didn't say they shouldn't do it. The first responders and firefighters of Nuevo Leos, they came because their fellow firefighters and fellow first responders needed help. They needed help to save the people. They did it because it was the right thing to do, knowing that it is dangerous over here for them. They did it anyway, putting their own lives at risk in more ways than one. That is what it's all about. And to be completely honest, I cannot name you one Republican who would make a selfless act like that. Sometimes you have to wonder who the real villains are in a story.